Welcome to the Archotechs, a RimWorld fluid ideology series about pursuing the Archonexus. Episode 23, Midnight Chill. Before I do the recap, let's talk about RimWorld's latest patch. Since the introduction of breach raids, the amount of breach raids that wealthy late-game colonies will receive, specifically by mechanoids, was a little ridiculous. It was very, very common. In fact, it was just about the only type of raid that I get when I play the Wendigos. So, the latest patch addresses that by doing several things. One thing it addresses is that the variety of raids have been reintroduced. Breach raids, I guess there was a bug in the code or something, but breach raids weren't supposed to be 90% of all raids, so they're now appropriately back down to like a third. And the other types of raids will be normal raids, sieges, we'll also have pod drop raids, and scattered raids. So I actually have to make some changes to my base to address the pod drop raids, and I'll explain that when I build it. Some other things that they did was they buffed mini turrets, autocannon turrets, and uranium slugs. Just by a little, just by fractions. But they're a little bit stronger. They hit a little bit harder now. Some other big changes is to mortars. I don't have mortars researched, but previously there was sort of joke that mortars are notoriously inaccurate. Mortars suck, in other words, and that has been changed a little bit. So now, when you use a mortar, it uses your shooting skill. It isn't random. So the more skilled you are at shooting, the more accurate your mortar will be. Previous mortar accuracies can be attained at shooting skill level 8. So the amount of precision that you could get out of a mortar before this patch is equivalent to a level 8 shooter. Someone like level 0 will be missing like crazy, and then someone like Bunny will be a lot more accurate than what was previously shown for mortars. So that's pretty cool. And then the last big change is that meals will very obviously show you what kind of ingredients they have, so that if your ideology is meat eater only, or vegetarian only, or cannibal, or whatever, the meals will very clearly indicate what kind of ingredients they have and who they're appropriate for. So pemmican, for instance, this pemmican contains meat. These packer survival meals are fine for everyone, but doesn't have human meat, so on and so forth. So, the recap from last episode. We destroyed the defoliator out here, which took us a considerable amount of time. And then we also had Bunny ascend to much higher heights. She is now a praetor in the Empire of the Moon. Which brings me to one of the things I'm going to do in just a second, which is to have her run trade caravans. Because we are getting all these corsets here, I want to sell them to the Empire of the Moon. So let's form a caravan heading southbound. I'm going to bring... Whoa, not that many. Some food, some drugs. I'm going to bring the miscellaneous small stack leathers, because we're not going to be able to make anything out of them unless I patch leather them, and that's just not worth the effort. Bring the drugs I don't want to consume, the thrumbo horn, which are very expensive, and honestly, selling that for something valuable will be awesome. I'm going to bring all the corsets, and then I'm also going to throw in some... I'll leave the weapons out of this. So there we go. That is our trade. Rise and Bunny. Heading on out. Some of the other goals that I have for this episode will be to get some additional bionics in our colonists. So Trustin is going to have to do considerable component smithing, which means as soon as work drive comes off cooldown, I'm going to have Trustin grind out some components so that we can actually do some nice bionics. I'm also hoping that No Luck, and this will probably be easy to do, but that No Luck will hit level 6 construction so that she can specialize as a production specialist, and the art that she makes will be better. So, pod drop raid beacons. There is a raid type called a pod drop raid. What a pod drop raid is it is a type of raid that will target, it can target multiple things. It can either target a random colonist, and there's really no rhyme or reason to who it targets, it's just random. Or alternatively, it can target your trade beacon. And there's a full worksheet about how exactly it works. In fact, it doesn't even need to be powered. So forget the power cable. So the way it works is it targets your oldest installed beacon that is unroofed and that has one empty spot next to it. Those are the requirements. So I'm going to install a beacon out here in just a minute. And that way, if a pod drop raid does choose to target me, it will land out here rather than land in my stock room. Kind of an important change, if you ask me. Zleb should be out of her pod soon, and I'll probably end up using the heal mix serum rather than putting her back in for another cycle, because another cycle will be like 17 more days of no Zleb, and I don't really want to have to deal with that. Sounds like too long. And Bunny has already arrived. 6 p.m. All right, so we're just looking to first sell everything that we have, then make up the difference with some purchases. The Prestige Cataphract helmet would be a pretty good helmet for Sven to wear. Healing factors would be terrific. Brain wiring, I don't really know about brain wiring. Berserk would be really good. And what else? Doomsday Launcher. I could buy it. I don't think I will, though. I'll buy some advanced components in order to accelerate the bionics. All right, I'm very happy with that trade. We got a Berserk side trainer, healing factors. So I'm planning on incorporating them as fast as I can. And Sven is about to finish researching recon armor. So I'll get Prestige recon helmet going for Bunny and for Sven, because it will satisfy their title and also make them better protected in Psycasters. And then I'll probably want recon armor for everybody else, or alternatively, Locust armor. So here comes Bunny, and recon armor's done. Now that recon armor's done, let's go ahead and research transport pod. Because Sven has the ability to far skip as one of his Psycasts, being able to transport pod out to a target and then far skip home is a very powerful tool. Where did that go? Oh, it's underneath. All right, I'm going to use the side trainer for Berserk. I now have it. And Berserk is a very powerful Psycast when dealing with like centipedes. Making them fight one another is pretty insanely strong. So I'm going to set my Psy focus up a bit higher. And there we go. We've applied healing factors, which I'll get after I get transport pod. Were you? Yeah, you were cleaning things outside the wall. I don't need to do that. And a visitor with a few items to trade. The gunfire you hear is just, I'm assuming Bunny shooting some iguana. So this zone was previously so large to address some of the blood from Manhunter packs and raiders, but we don't really need to do that anymore. I did promise that I would talk about the beacons, but let's get the beacon installed. So in order to set this or rig this trap up correctly, or lure, I guess would be a better term, what I need to do is I need to build it. And I'm going to do it with Trustin because No Luck is not that good of a constructor and she'll fail. And then to set a beacon up here with no roof. And then once this beacon is installed, to uninstall and reinstall the other beacon so that the other beacon is older. I know it seems strange, but this is how it works. Okay, now it's armed. So if a pod drop raid chose to attack me, they would land here at this beacon instead of here. Because this satisfies the requirement of it is the oldest installed. It has a clear sky. You know, it's not roofed up, in other words. And then it also has a free spot next to it. And those are the requirements that the game looks for a drop beacon. And then I walled it up just so that it doesn't get destroyed by mechanoids or whomever. That's also kind of important. Not to lose your stuff. So, I think I'm going to make the bionic leg first for No Luck. So that No Luck can move at the same speed roughly as everybody else who has bionic legs. Or bionic leg. I haven't made the second one yet. And then afterwards, I will do the helmets for Bunny and Sven. Meaning that they will be better protected. I think I'm going to want to make Locust armor. Because I have jump packs researched for my 5 as well. Okay, these guys want to buy my absolute garbage weapons. I don't mind that at all. Thanks for the trade. All right, No Luck is closing in on the construction skill required. Not quite there yet. And there's the bionic leg. I only have 2 medicine, so one of my next research after transport pod is going to be medicine production, which means I'm going to have to get drug production first. Because running around with the garbage medicine that I have is just embarrassing. So let's set that up. Let's actually plan for it. So that's going to be the drug table. And then we'll do a shelf. I have a lot of sandstone, so I'll do a sandstone. And I'll do a limestone shelf. And Trustin, you can build these. So they're going to have Nutrimine, herbal meds, and cloth. The 3 ingredients for drugs on them. All right. The other thing I'm going to want to do is the repeat corsets. I am going to want to shrink the radius so it doesn't use the cloth designated for the drugs. That way we can't just grind through all of our cloth and not have any left over for medicine. Now that breach raids aren't as prevalent as they were previously, one thing that I might want to do is to invest in a kill box of sorts. I haven't really needed a kill box, and now that Sven has Berserk, my need for a kill box, I would say, is even lower. But it really wouldn't be a terrible idea. right, bunny, go hunt. An iguana and then the ostrich. No luck. Not yet. Oh, we have exotic goods flying overhead. I don't actually have a lot of exotic goods left because I sort of just sold them all. And as you can see, they don't really want to buy anything. But I guess the few package survival meals I have, I can sell. Yeah, unfortunately, there really isn't much in the colony that meets their fancy. So Zaleb will be popping out in about a day. And then I did mention previously that once Zaleb is out, I'll think about trying to pursue some of the relic quests. I do want to do them. I think they're important. They will be powerful boons to the colony and status symbols for our colonists to wield. Okay. So, getting those, kind of important. Speaking of status symbols, let's make the Prestige Recon helmets. And here, as you can see, they cost gold, plasteel, and advanced component, which is very much the reason why I bought gold the last time I went down to the Shattered Empire town. Tonight, I'll do the surgery for the bionic leg as well, for No Luck. So that No Luck can move faster and not be chased down by Thrumbo and Scythers and quick movers like that. Sven, let's hit work drive. Wonderful. And I'm watching No Luck closely because I don't really want her to be a constructor. I'm just trying to level her up to 6 to hit the minimum requirements for a production specialist. Which she just did. Alright, so role change. No Luck. We will have the slaves attend. And it is to make her an architect, a production specialist. She's going to have a ton of work types disabled, but they're the same work types that Trustin has disabled. So if we take a look at Trustin's work here, or his bio, dumb labor, plant, animals, mining, cooking, which is fine because plant, cooking, animals, none of them was particularly skilled in the first place, so it's not a big loss to the community. The role change is successful. And now I'm going to schedule her no longer to construct it all, just do artwork. And we are going to make art. Oops. We're going to make art out of sandstone or slate. There's another benefit. Having 2 production specialists means that when Trustin and No Luck are working next to one another, they can hit each other with production command. As you can see, the limit of production command is exactly where No Luck will be standing doing art. So not only does Trustin provide No Luck with production command, but the inverse is going to be true as well. So we should see Trustin making stuff unbelievably fast. All right, Trustin, you, the anything roll here, non-royal, I'm going to call it. We're going to get rid of Archotechs, psychic foils, and then go to armor, headgear, prestige. And then let's rename Sven Royal. And that will be Eltex, Psychic Foil, and Prestige. Trustin will take it off eventually. Oh no, he'll go for a walk in it. Okay, well, let's force it off you. Oh, Sven already has one. I guess I made the two very quickly. Unfortunately, neither were masterwork or better. But hey, can't always win. So Bunny will wear the other one soon. I didn't do the surgery when I said I was going to on No Luck, but I still intend to once it's like sleeping time. And Scratch Scar is cured. So we have this old torso wound, but the one to the neck was healed. This torso shot is not that serious. And Zleb is throwing a party now that she's 22 days out of the pod. I actually don't have a party spot. Yeah, let's party in here. That seems fine. Nothing like a little vomit in the throne room. Make our slave clean it up. Okay, come on, guys. Finish it up now. We have work to do. All right, so here's the synergy that I was referring to. Once Trustin is... Okay, so now Trustin has production command and work drive. So if we take a look at general labor speed, 315%. Global work speed, 180%. 85, rather. Yeah, these components stand no chance. Just racing through them like you would not believe. In fact, let's make a second bionic leg. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. So the armor will be dyed once the Tictoria... Oh, it's ready to harvest. So once the slaves harvest it, we'll get the armor colored correctly. And now that No Luck is a production specialist, the quality should be going up. The quality of crafting or construction goes up, and then the construction and labor speed goes up as well. So here's an excellent sculpture. I'm going to have to remember to uninstall these so that I can sell them when someone wants to come buy them. Easily, I'm going to forget to do that. All right, Zleb does expect scarification because apparently the scar is gone. So No Luck, you are in luck. You are getting 2 bionic legs right now. I don't really have the medicine for the second surgery, but I'll probably risk herbal. And then I'll be getting legs, additional legs, and everybody else. I want to make investments into the people more than armor and whatnot. The armor's nice to have, of course, keeps us protected and all that. But implants makes us into gods. She's looking a bit like the Flash now. Which I guess is appropriate given her bionic leg and her jogger. Alright. Sven needs a leg. Bunny, Trustin, and Zleb. They all need legs. So let's queue up 4 more, and then I'll do the queue for armor again. Looking pretty good, the group. No luck's definitely the wrong color. Gotta dye that back to white. Wearing hand-me-downs there. And Zleb's hat as well. Come on, Zleb. She probably likes it. I didn't mean to set ideal color for the shock lance, but oh well. Tinctoria is pretty inexpensive. Some of the slaves are in the wrong color as well. They have toques that are just standard color, not ideal color. Hard to tell, but a discerning eye will be able to denote that. So I'll fix that as well. Doesn't matter that much. We'll just have a wearing ideal color boon. It's a +1. Not nothing, but it isn't all that important if you ask me. And then Trustin, your hat is incorrect as well. Although you're going to be quickly looking to improve your armor. Zleb's asleep, so if you're asleep, what is that? Right leg already done? Let's get you a left leg installed. And unfortunately, it's all going to be with herbal meds, because that's really all I have. Rhadamant has inspired creativity. Well, that's not helpful. I mean, you have a skill of art, but not very high. I'm going to ignore it. There we go. Zleb, now a jogger with 2 legs. Could be very hard to catch. And the next leg will go to Bunny, and then Sven and Trustin. Drug production is done. We're going to jump straight to medicine production. Now, before you ask, I don't want to make the money required for the Archonexus with drugs. And the reason is we are supposed to be the Archotechs. We are the crafters. The glorious crafters. We're not drug lords. So, for those reasons, I'm going to choose not to do that. But you can make some pretty good money selling processed drugs if you grow your own psychite. Once Zleb fully heals from anesthesia, I'll be curious to see how much that torso affects her. It might be reasonable to take the Heal Mech Serum. I have 2 of them, so spend 1 of them to try to fix that old scar, rather than go through a pod cycle for 17 more days, or whatever it would be. 17.4 days. Yeah, no, that's too long. Trustin is just throwing down some pavement so that we can move around the perimeter a little bit more quickly, reacting to perimeter raids and the like fast. And all 5 of us finally have roles, which is pretty cool. Where the quintet here is appropriately assigned. So the perimeter's done. Trustin, I don't want you to smooth that out. That was to level up no luck. Appreciate it, though. So back to the implants. Some other implants I'm going to want to research is the healing factors and get coagulator and healing enhancers in the original 5 colonists as well. That'd be really handy to get. Here's another sculpture. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to place the sculptures where the people spend their time eating meals so that it's of the most benefit. Because then it will have a local beauty value that we can capitalize on. We are definitely using up a lot of our gold and plasteel, but making investments in ourselves is always nice. It's wealth that follows us around and wealth that makes us stronger to resist enemies. Definitely the way to go when you're trying to do the Archonexus. Okay, so we have a cold snap. I got to keep an eye on it because we have delicate Devil Strand and a lot of cotton at risk. Now the cold snap is in Jugust, so there's a possibility that this isn't going to be that bad. But I'll just have to watch the external temperatures, and if it starts to drop below freezing, we'll harvest. Because none of the stuff even grows below that. If you're wondering why I haven't done hydroponics, you can't grow double strand in hydroponics. Yeah, we're dropping below that. I feel bad about this, but I'd rather have some double strand than no double strand. So, slaves. Buddha man, I'm gonna wake you up. And then Bunny, you're getting that leg. Problem is that left leg surgery is gonna wipe out the scar, so I'm gonna need to do scarification for Bunny and for Celeb. Nope, I guess you're not doing this right now. We have attack immediately, 2 raids, one from the north, a bunch of bows, one from the south. So we have 24 and 21. Checking gear. Shield belt, shield belt, shield belt. All right. Heading south. Another thing I could do is, because there's 2 groups, I'm going to call aid for the north because I want to clean this fight up quickly so that I don't lose crop because the cold snap is not going to wait for the raid to be over. So I called in a trooper squad. There's also a huge opportunity to take slaves here and to be able to donate the slaves for honor. Marksman command. And Sven is moving north to call in cataphracts. Yep, double strand's starting to go. Buddha man and Lucid. Go back to harvest. Yeah, I'm gonna lose a lot of that crop. Fight 2 fights at once. This southern group not faring so well. There's Empire of the Moon on the ground. Sven took a hit. Not that serious though. They are starting to hit the walls here. Somehow or another, these Cataphracts haven't been touched at all, so good for them. Alright, Southern group is leaving. The Bloodlust in me wants to try to knock as many down as I can for profit reasons. And Slave 2, you are going to... How fast are you bleeding? Ah, very fast. Trustin, go ahead and drop your herbal meds and tend without medicine. And also tend to Rich. In fact, tend to Rich first. Alright, and then there's Seal. Alright, we're going to chase the rest down. Slave 2, you can leave. Alright, I'm going to let the Cataphracts take... Oh, and the North group is leaving as well. So, self-tend. So they are getting the harvest on. Hopefully go faster. Okay, Rich is healed up. Bunny, or actually No Luck, you were going to rescue. Sven, you are going to heal this guy. Dropping meds and tending no meds. It's the only survivor up north. I'll take a look to see if any of them would be good, kind of like semi-permanent. Oh, Zleb, you're fleeing from someone? Oh, yeah. Some of the enemies that were on the wall up north came southbound. Whoa! Well, okay there. He got back up. I'm guessing because he was tough or something? No, he wasn't tough. And the Cataphract shot him. He managed to punch me once. Didn't... Okay, so we're obviously not imprisoning them. Zleb chased down another. And there's a lot of cleanup to be made. So I did notice that Seal here is an addict, which is going to be annoying. I'm just losing double strand. Alright. Don't worry about the cloth. Okay, he's no longer bleeding. Switch targets. And I'm going to need to capture. So, it's very, very cold out. I don't really have a good place to put prisoners. For now, it's going to be here, and then I'll make it better. Actually, I have a lot of firewood. I'll just put a fire in there. Hosting friends. I'll take a look at that in just a second. So here we go. Prisoners. Close the door. And capture combo. Hosting friends. Ooh, gives me an architect leg. So what is this? 16 Outlanders for 22 days? No. Thanks, but you crazy. Okay, Seal's almost done bleeding. Good enough. Capture. Oh, let's pick up the meds and capture. I dropped the meds so we didn't use our old meds tending the wounded combatants. And instead, reserving our meds for ourselves. Well, I didn't get nothing out of the Devil Strand, so that's good. Okay, that's annoying. How about we just eat it? I'll even let my my slaves eat their food. So these guys here are going to be converted. And let's take a look at them. Trigger Happy Undergrounder, who can't shoot, and Careful Shooter, who can't shoot. Okay, yeah, I see a theme, and I find it funny. Two guys that think they can fight but can't. Oh, and they have an infection. So, one of the things I wanted to do is to light it up and keep it warmer. So I'm going to build the roof and tend to them a little bit better. We also have some beds here that I could use. I just didn't have the time to install them at the time. But now I'll do that. So it's warmer, and they are in beds. Okay, cool. Okay, well, I did get a whole lot of double strand out of that. I feel lucky. I'm going to, I don't know if the cold snap is going to claim anything else, so I'm going to continue to harvest. But I will put Slave or Buddha Man back on a normal schedule because he worked overtime. These guys, okay, this time I'll allow it because you came all the way out here, but obviously they should not be given lavish meals. Oh, you did it again, even though it obviously says nutrient paste. I'll just ignore it. They lucked out. Okay, certainty's dropping. And this is all the time I have. Thank you for tuning in to episode 23 of the Archotechs Midnight Chill. If you have any questions or feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. As I said in the intro, the patch notes to the latest RimWorld patch can be found in the description of this video. If you'd like to chat with me or my gaming community, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you for supporting my channel. I'll catch you next episode. Farewell.